My name is Chauncey, and I decided to do my presentation on the United States and the relationship and history that they had between Italy. Savoring a pizza with flavors of Naples while jazz plays in the background is a perfect blend of Italian zest and American cool. But that is just a small taste of the relationship between Italy and the United States, which is built on mutual shared dreams. I don't have a photo for the next thing I'm going to talk about, but some credibility that I have is when I was in high school, I had a few friends that were exchange students from Italy, and I had them in few of my classes, or I had them in most of my classes when I was a junior in high school, and I did get to talk to them from time to time, although the language barriers, but I did learn a few things from them, which got me more interested in learning about Italy and its customs and cultures. Although America is going through tough and scary times with the current president, it is important to acknowledge a certain group of immigrants in the country who has impacted America and its culture, especially in the East Coast. America is built by immigrants, and Italian culture today in the U.S. was brought by them. In this speech, I plan to explain that America is not always hated by others and has friends, allies, and those who help our country flourish in many ways, and vice versa with our culture. So first, I will be talking about the nation-to-nation history between Italy and the U.S. So Italy and the United States have had a decent relationship with each other throughout the years, considering that they are allies. Italy and the United States were a part of the first 12 countries to sign the North Atlantic Treaty, which is now known as NATO. And signing this treaty, Italy has been an ally even through the founding of NATO. Italy is also the second country in Europe to have U.S. service members living and serving there. A lot of service members from the U.S., like military, National Guard, are stationed there and do have a lot of homes there in Italy, and they are well taken care of while serving their country still. And Italy and the United States also work together through the United Nations and the World Trade Organizations, which is why they have a lot of trading goods exchanged, imported and exported through each country. Since Italy has a good alliance with the United States, they also have a very successful trade in goods. This is a photo of NATO right here and how they have their meetings. So I will now be talking about their trade history. Italy's relationship with the United States is very important when it comes to trading and exporting goods. Italy is bound by European laws and the navigation treaty within the United States, so they do have some laws with each other, with bounds of the European laws as well, not just the laws from the United States. Between these two nations, there will be no double taxation due an income tax agreement, as well as that the U.S. exports home loans and gas to Italy, while Italy provides the U.S. with petroleum, cars, vaccines, and wine. And this can be based off capitalism. With the rise of capitalism, a lot of trading goods are being sent back and forth, exported and imported between countries, which makes them both money and trading things and supporting the other country with products that they don't really have access to. So this is just a photo that I grabbed from a website, OEC World, and they had a photo of 2023 statistics of what the United States exported to Italy and what Italy sent to the United States and how much money they made off of it. So with an alliance and trade network between these two countries also comes the interest of migration to these places. So now we'll be talking about the migration history. Migration from Italy to the United States was huge during the 1880s and the 1890s, but during the 1920s, the United States had implemented immigration laws which became more strict. And one of the immigration laws was called the Immigration Act of 1924, which restricted more people immigrating to the United States. But after Italy went through the unification of 1861, which was becoming their own country, Italians faced poverty, a lot of underdevelopment, poor soil quality, which made Italians, especially farmers and labor workers, search for better work and life opportunities in the United States, as well as how most Italians migrating to the United States went there by boat, crossing the Atlantic Ocean. They often faced seasickness and uncomfortable sleeping conditions, so they were like really cramped. And their arrival to the US was usually through Ellis Island in New York. Many of the Italian migrants who came to the US later applied to receive dual citizenship. Um, to obtain nationalization, one must first get a visa and apply to become a permanent resident. And this can be connected to chain migration. And this is how chain migration usually happens. It's when one person, immigrant or like an immigrant, comes to the United States and then they have the potential to bring other family members in after they get their visa or nationalization or citizenship. But as Italians came to the US, their sense of media never disappeared. It actually thrived in their communities. Some of their media history involves newspapers. A lot of Italians produced media that would inform and help each other out while being in the United States. Their media consisted of many perspectives, including both left and right political views. Whether Italians came to the United States or any other country, they published Italian newspapers. These papers had both Italian and American news to mostly inform immigrants from Italy who were new to the US. Liberty and beauty were big concepts that came with this media because liberty was not as very free, I guess I would say, in Italy. Um, Freedom of expression was not allowed in Italy, so this was huge for those immigrants coming to the US and having a voice and sharing news with their community. And beauty as well, because they saw the beauty as Italian culture, them having a community in the United States and bringing that over to here. And this could be connected to intercultural praxis, which is interactions and consuming media that help navigate intercultural spaces. And this is another example of their media that they had. You can see it says the most up to date Italian daily newspaper in the United States. Besides newspapers and news media, the culture between Italy and the United States were exchanged in other ways. Italy has changed America's culture, and both countries have exchanged each other's culture for the better. Besides introducing their amazing Italian cuisine to the US, Italy and the US exchange and share their education values, such as having exchange student programs. Students from the US can go to school in Italy for a short period of time, and vice versa, thanks to the Fulbright program. I know that this program is available at Cal Poly. I know a few peers who have gone to Italy for a quarter at Cal Poly. Italians have also brought their knowledge, talent, and culture on the arts. This includes sculpture, painting, film, and music. American arts have also influenced Italian culture, especially music and film. In Naples, Italy, a festival called Festa Americana is held every summer to share American culture and independence with locals. So this is something that goes on in Italy, in Naples, is where they have a festival that is based on American culture, and that's how they share American culture in Italy. It's kind of silly, but it's also very fun. Um, and the US and Italy have very close connections and exchanges with each other that create a sharing and learning experience for both countries that seem beneficial and positive. So, the summary is that the US and Italy are allies that share a lot of educational and professional values. Italy and the US rely on each other for trading goods such as cars, hormones, gas, petroleum, and wine. Italians came to the US for a better life and landed by boat at Ellis Island near New York. Media such as newspapers were essential for Italian immigrants living in the US, and Italian and American arts, education, and culture were exchanged and shared between the US and Italy. Thank you.